for joining us today. I have a question off the top. What evidence, and I mean this, I really mean this, but what evidence exists today? What evidence exists today that, I guess, demonstrates to you that Biden is about to win this election? Now, I know the polls. I'm starting with the premise that whether you accept the polls as one thing or not is another thing altogether. But what else exists? What other evidence exists? If you were, someone who was trained to study campaigns over the course of American history, and we didn't have these supposedly comprehensive polls where people could use telephones and other methods to collect data from voters, the science of polling and all that didn't really exist, of course, throughout American history. If you didn't have the polls to look at, and you just kind of licked your finger and stuck it up to see which direction the wind was blowing, would anyone listening to my voice think that Joe Biden is winning this election? If that's the way, this campaign, this argument. Because if you look at this, let's take a look at this. Look at the rallies. Now, I know someone might say, Todd, Biden voters are so intelligent. They are respectful of the coronavirus. They do not want to subject themselves to a situation where they will be in close proximity to someone, mask or not. They want to stand in their little circles or sit in their cars as Biden is speaking. Okay, I'll accept some degree of that. I'll accept that that is part of the reason. Understand, part doesn't mean significant. I'm just saying it's part of the equation. Biden had trouble filling the room at the local library, the conference room, before COVID. So this guy has never been one to drive people to want to hear what he has to say. In fact, again, the truth of this campaign is that Biden is focusing on strategically. They've decided this intentionally. This is the direction that they think gives them the best opportunity. They want to go intentionally in the direction that says where they're campaigning not for reasons people should vote for Biden, but rather reasons for why people should not vote for President Trump. And of course, Biden basically just says, well, I'm the only other option. That's it. That's his campaign. That is the amount of enthusiasm and excitement that exists there. I'm not the guy who's the worst president in American history. That's basically what they are saying. Of course, without any evidence, and of course, by ignoring the evidence that actually does exist, this is what their basic argument is. But just think about this. What really exists out there that makes you think that Biden is about to be our next president? Now, I'm not saying he cannot win this. I'm just simply saying there is something going on here because nothing would suggest this outside of the polls. And again, I'm not saying definitively that all the polls are wrong. I just have a whole lot of questions about this, a whole lot of questions. And I think you should as well. In fact, I think I saw 538 now, or somebody's predicting, I don't know if it's 538 or not, Trump has a 5% chance of winning in November. 5% chance. But remember this, that puts his chances better than what they had him on Election Day in 2016. In fact, as I scroll down here through my Instagram feed, I remember on Election Day 2016, I posted a graphic from the Huffington Post, and the Huffington Post gave data, I guess, if you want to call it that. They said that based upon their research and their data and what pollsters were saying and all that sort of stuff, that on the morning of the election, think about this, the morning of the election, President Donald J. Trump, according to their math, which again, I would not suggest letting liberals anywhere near a calculator or math in general, because they don't really know what they're doing. They don't really have any comfort or familiarity with adding up numbers, with making calculations and so forth. I'm still looking for this because I remember posting this. But the morning of the election, 2016, I think it was, I'm trying to find the exact, there it is, here it is. The chances. Huffington Post said the odds that Hillary would win the presidency on the morning of the election, November 7th, 2016. This is at 11:25 a.m. on Election Day, 2016. Hillary Clinton, 98.1% chance of winning. Donald J. Trump, 1.6% chance of winning. Now they're saying that Trump has a 5% chance. So that's what, three times, over three times the chance he was given in 2016. That's the way I look at this. Folks, this feels like 2016 all over again. But what evidence exists out there besides these polls, which we don't know? Some of these polls are polling Democrats plus, heck, I think I've seen some extreme examples of plus 7 or 8, which I don't think is anywhere near reasonable as to what this is going to look like. Trafalgar Group questions the methodology, and I think understandably so. If these telephone pollsters do not account for the fact that people are reluctant to tell a stranger they're voting for Trump. Not every Trump supporter. A lot of folks are loud and proud about this. In fact, a lot of folks, to another point I would like to make here, a lot of folks will jump in their pickup trucks or Jeep, strap as many flags as is possible to the back of said pickup truck or Jeep, and go driving for miles and hours with their Trump flags, with their American flags, with their thin blue line flags, with their MAGA flags, all through communities around this country, from big cities to small towns. I don't see anything of the sort happening with Joe Biden. You look at yard signs, you look at all these indicators, you look at what we're talking about in this campaign. Again, it is so much a repeat in my mind of 2016 that it's remarkable. I mean, we have what appears to be a corrupt campaign, the Biden campaign. We've got, by the way, congratulations to Tucker Carlson for exposing the corruption in the Biden campaign and the Biden, what's turning out to be, allegedly, the Biden crime family here. My goodness. Congratulations to Tucker Carlson for actually digging on this and giving us some information, and for allowing, for giving Mr. Bobulinski time to share what's actually been going on with Joe Biden and his knowledge of Hunter Biden's business deals in China. And folks, that matters tremendously. So on the eve of the election, the final few days, we've got emails again, emails that are damning to the Democrat candidate. We have news that is a narrative that exposes corruption in the Democrat candidate's family or dealings with people and foreign governments and that sort of thing. They have nothing positive to run on. I mean this. They have literally nothing positive to run on. They have their candidate out there talking about transitioning from big oil, transitioning from oil to other sorts of energy. He's backtracking left and right, trying to make sense, trying to allow voters to make sense of his ridiculous comments on the campaign trail days before people in key swing states are going to cast their ballots for president. We've seen that now some polls are showing that President Trump is ahead in Pennsylvania. Folks, if Trump wins Pennsylvania, there is no path. There is no logical path in my mind for Biden. You could say Biden wins Florida. I don't think that's likely. You could say Biden wins Georgia or Texas. I think those are complete pipe dreams. What is left? What is left for Biden? He has to win Pennsylvania. Trafalgar Group shows him in their latest poll up. It's less than a point. It's within the margin of error. But nonetheless, it shows that Trump is up. This is not supposed to happen. This is a replay in many ways of 2016. Now, you need to still get out and vote. I didn't vote yesterday. I still need to get out and vote. This has to be carried through. We have to run through the line, right? I used to, back in my younger days, run track. You don't stop the race before you go through the line. And likewise, you don't stop the election until, and here in Indiana, 6 p.m. hits on election night. That's when ballots are supposed to no longer be counted. Although we've got some better prepare for what's going to happen legally, especially if Biden's behind. If Biden is behind on election night, if Biden is behind projections on election night, if he underperforms, all we're going to hear about is how many ballots are out there. We're going to hear about the 70-plus million people that voted early, some of which by absentee ballot, although many just voted early at their polling places. But we're going to hear about how unfathomable it is for Republicans not to want to count, for courts not to want to allow votes to count that trickle in after deadlines. Folks, buckle up for this. Now, if Biden wins clearly on election night, which again, I'm not predicting, I'm just saying if that is what happens, we will not hear one iota about ballots that may be stuck in the mail. We won't hear about the post office's inability to deliver ballots because Trump is trying to cut their funding. We won't hear about that. And in the minds of the media, in the minds of the Democrat Party, this election will be over when Biden has enough votes to win, whatever that means. That's when they'll know this election is over. That's how they will determine when every vote has been counted. When Biden has one more electoral vote than Trump, that's when they'll know. That'll be their proof that the votes have been completely tallied and that President Donald J. Trump will be serving his last couple of months in office to be replaced by Joe Biden in January. But if you look around, again, you look around, this is a repeat in many ways of 2016 with the corruption, with the emails, with the way that this campaign is going. Again, no, there is no positive news for the Biden campaign. None whatsoever. Absolutely zero. As my friend Rush Limbaugh would say, zip, zero, nada. Nothing positive for the Biden campaign. They're hiding. They're not campaigning. They can't get people to rallies and to events. Trump has control of, even with all the help of the media, the issues now that people are talking about are issues that favor Trump. We're no longer, people have forgotten about this stupid impeachment stuff. People are seeing that the economy is roaring towards complete recovery. People are, while COVID is spreading faster, the mortality rate of COVID is not what it was this spring. And so we are seeing very positive news for Trump on the issues at hand. And that is even before. When are the third quarter GDP numbers coming out? If they come out as where they tell us, at 30-some% GDP growth, which is what experts were predicting, if the third quarter GDP comes out with those numbers, that's another notch in the president's belt, so to speak here. So, again, I asked the question, if you are watching this, you don't have access to polls, you're just watching campaigns as a student of American history, of someone who follows campaigns, I ask you, what evidence suggests that at this point in the campaign that Joe Biden is about to be our president? I'm not, again, suggesting that this is over. I'm not suggesting he cannot win. People make decisions on who their president will be for reasons I can never fully explain to you. Who looks better on the stage? Who's got a better jump shot? Biden thinks he can do more push-ups than Trump. If Biden drops down, I'm telling you, this will get Biden some votes. Somebody's going to vote for Biden if he reps out 10 more push-ups than Trump can. Anyway, just as you look at this, as you apply the simple smell test here, who appears to be in a favorable position? But yet the polls are the one area that they tell us that what we see is not really what we see. That's what they want us to believe. Now, maybe that's true. I don't know. I'm like you in a lot of ways, folks. I mean, I've studied this for years. I studied this in college. I had professors that tried to convince me to be a socialist and communist. I've had to combat this stuff for a long time. But I, in many ways, I'm just like you when I look at this. And I'm thinking, something doesn't add up here. And maybe they're stacking the deck and creating this situation, this scenario in our minds that say we should expect a Biden victory. So if Trump wins, and Trump had to have done something to steal this again, he's not wanting to count all the ballots. Who knows? Be ready for this. Be ready for this. Be ready for this to extend past Election Day. The only way it can't is if Trump wallops Biden so much. Well, if one of the two wallop the other so much on election night that these outstanding mail-in ballots simply cannot make up the difference. That's the only way this is going to be over. Election. I got more to say about this. In fact, I got more to say about this. I got a personal story. This has just kind of reminded me as I've thought about this as we're getting ready, because we're going to be live election night on Freedom 95. In fact, we got a contest for you to possibly even join us in person. Meet us, meet the team and I as we broadcast live. I'll tell you about that next segment. But as I'm thinking about this, there's so many things that fall into place in my memory as to what 2016 was like. So we'll talk about that on the other side of this break. A quick timeout is in order, though. You're listening to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I am your host, Todd Huff, back here in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the health care they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
You rely on your vehicle every day. It's not a member of the family, but you spend as much time with it as most family members. You wouldn't take your family to just any doctor, so don't trust your vehicle to just any repair service. At Raymond's Auto and Truck Repair in Plainfield, we have well-trained, caring technicians that have the expertise to get you back on the road. For 25 years, we've been servicing personal, commercial, and fleet vehicles. Give us a call at 317-838-7112 for the car service you deserve.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Our sense of smell stimulates memory and emotion. A scent can seemingly transport us to another place in time. Homemade, hand-poured candles and melts from spur-of-the-moment creations will give your nose the experience the rest of your body is missing during any season of the year. Crackling firewood, fresh-cut grass, Macintosh apple, and even racing fuel are some of their over 200 engaging fragrances. Visit spurofthemomentcreations.com and enter coupon code TODD at checkout to receive 15% off your order today.
Wallace Construction is a family-owned business with 45 years' experience in asphalt, concrete, and seal coating. At Wallace Construction, our wide variety of experience and top-notch customer service have helped us build a strong reputation in central Indiana. But we don't rest on that reputation. We build it, one job at a time. If you have an upcoming project, call us at 317-422-5356. That's Wallace Construction, 317-422-5356, and ask for Richard or Roger.
Welcome back. So, we're just going through a little short trip down memory lane back to 2016. In 2016, now this is for those of you that are newer to this program, I started podcasting in my wife's bedroom closet. If that makes sense. We share a bedroom, but she has a closet in that bedroom that is hers, and that's where my studio used to be. I started podcasting there in August of 2015. Basically spent a year, in a lot of ways, learning and practicing. Took the show to Freedom 95 in Indianapolis, and we first aired on Freedom 95 October 3rd, 2016. Folks, I started at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. was the time slot that I began there with, and then in July of 17, we went to Morning Drive, which is where we are today. But on October 3rd, 2016, that was the first time I was ever on the radio outside of a small little segment that aired on the radio in Florida for some time. I don't want to get into that at the moment, but anyway, that was a month before the election. A month before the election was the first time I was ever effectively on the radio. So I wanted to be on election night. I wanted to be on election night in Indianapolis. And so I spoke with the program director, and he agreed that the idea at that time was that we would come in during another show and on commercial breaks provide live updates with election night results 2016. So that was fine. Starting off, you take any opportunity you can get, and I wanted to do that. So we went to the studio that night, and in preparation for sharing the results with listeners of Freedom 95 in real time as they came in. So about halfway through that evening, I think it was around 10 o'clock. For those of you that follow election night returns, you know that you're going to get late into the night, or at least moderately into the night, before you really know what's going on, because of the times that polls close, and then you have to account for the time that it takes states to begin tallying and reporting their numbers. You've got West Coast states and East Coast states and all this stuff. In fact, Indiana's the first state, I believe, to close. Anyway, so we waiting for those to come in, and I think it was around 10 o'clock. Program director comes in as I'm sitting there in the studio with a bit of a funny look on his face, and he says, my feed to whatever other program was airing at the time just went down, and this never happens. And he says, do you care to take the whole thing? And I said, what do you mean? I said, you just talk the whole time? And he says, yeah. And I said, sure. He said, how much time do you need? I said, 60 seconds. I just at least wanted to compose my thoughts for a minute because I'm picturing dead air at the moment. So he basically walks around out of the studio into the broadcast area, and then I hear the music, the rejoiner music coming on in my ear, and I start talking, and we did that for the next couple of hours at that point. Live election night. I think we went off air at midnight. We were not at a place then where we could officially call it for Trump, but it was at that point very clear, unless there were some major miscalculations, that Donald Trump was going to be president of the United States. And as I just remember that, and you remember your day or the process of coming to the realization as you begin to see these numbers come in on election night. You remember what that was like, 2016. First, it was, man, hope this guy can win. I can't stand the idea of a president, Hillary Rodham Clinton. And then you start watching the numbers come in and you think, wow, this is closer in some states than I thought. Wait a minute, Trump just won Pennsylvania? What's this all about? Was that even didn't even know that was a battleground state. These polls aren't really right at all. Now the pollsters will tell you, well, you see, all these polls were within the margin of error, so we really weren't wrong. Except for you were telling us the day of the election that Hillary Clinton had a 98% plus chance, 98.6, I guess, of winning, or 98.1, whatever it is, of winning the election. Folks, that's 1% more. She had 1% more of a chance of winning the election than scientists believe man is contributing to climate change. I mean, this is guaranteed sort of stuff. This was not supposed to happen. And I remember reporting on that live, and there's a lot of energy, excitement. It's just fun to watch this come in. It's fun to watch this come in, especially when deep down in your heart you have this feeling based upon what you're seeing. You feel the momentum, you see the energy, you see Oz told me during the break that there's apparently another Trump parade, a statewide Trump parade through the state of Indiana. I don't even know what that looks like. But these things are everywhere. People are excited, enthusiastic. They're bolder now. I think there's more energy now than there was even in 16, which it was remarkable in 16. Now you've got people in 2020 who voted against Trump in 16 that are now saying that they're going to vote for him in 2020. People like Glenn Beck, people like Ben Shapiro. There's lots of others as well. You see the growing support in among black voters, Hispanic voters. You see the Rust Belt states are close yet again. You see the polls, quote unquote, tightening. You got the pollsters and the experts still telling us Trump has no chance, but yet by their own numbers, he has a 3 times better chance than he had the year that he won. So you begin to ask yourself all these questions. You remember what it's like on election night, that excitement, that it's a once in every 4 years sort of opportunity. And I'll tell you this, I don't know. I'm a little bit, I've told my wife this before, but I don't know who comes in and replaces Trump. I'm hoping he wins this year, but you look at 2024, and I don't know that we'll ever experience anything like a Trump campaign and presidency again in our lifetime. So this may be one of the greatest campaign nights ever. This may be, or election nights, I should say, ever. And so what we're doing, I should tell you this, as we look at this and we look at the comparisons to 2016, and I'm just reminded of that crazy night back 4 years ago now. What we are doing for folks, and you've heard me talk about our Conservative Not Bitter University. We're launching those courses here in December, and for those who sign up for early bird enroller, to be an early bird enroller in the program at a drastically reduced rate. For those that sign up, we're going to enter you in to a drawing to spend election night with us at Freedom 95. It is exciting. It is fun. You'll get to meet the team. You'll even get to see or hear the explanations of the nicknames. We'll have pedals there and paws and Bubbles. Jeremy will be there. I'll be there, of course. And we'll get to spend some time together, chat, probably have some pizza, that sort of thing. Election night in the Freedom 95 studios. I'm telling you, it is an energetic, fun, exciting environment, and we would love to spend that evening with you and a guest. You get to bring a guest. So you'll be entered into that drawing. All you have to do is become an early bird enrollee in CNBU. It's the lowest prices that I think you'll see for CNBU. It's $20 less than our what we plan to kick off the pricing with. So it's $27 for an 8-week course. And the course, folks, is going to actually provide you with something that is practical and helpful. It's going to build upon the things that I've learned, the things that I've put to practice before starting this show, and now especially as I do this show, things I've learned in how to communicate and actually persuade other people to at least hear out what conservatism is. And I guess there's some remarkable examples that I've been able to experience with folks, and I want to share that with you. And I want to share, it's not just, there's a lot I think that goes into this, but a lot of what I've learned, I was a salesperson for a good while. A lot of what I've learned in sales and marketing applies to this. And so I want to teach folks how to do this so that we've got to win this argument, right? We've got to be able to persuade other people. How cool would it be, by the way, to be able to have a political conversation with someone that you just think that you can't because of emotions, if you just could learn to do a couple of things a little bit better? And so that's what we're trying to do with CNBU, help you be better and not bitter, right? We're conservative, not bitter, and we have Conservative, Not Bitter University. But this is what we're trying to accomplish, and you'll be entered into a drawing to win a chance to spend the evening with us. So you can find out more information, you can do that at toddhuffshow.com/contest. toddhuffshow.com/contest. $27, 8-week course, kicks off in December. But in the short term, you'll be entered into a drawing to spend election night with us in the studios at Freedom 95 that evening. It will be a blast. I can guarantee it. And I've got to take a time out here. So again, toddhuffshow.com/contest for more information or to sign up here to the home of conservative. Not just a minute.
Is it possible to be a fan of the show if you don't have the gear to prove it? Why not be safe and remove all doubt? Shop for official merchandise at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Does your business have a plan for social media marketing? Are you reaching the right audiences through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the list goes on? Are you learning from the data? Jarbo can help. Our team doesn't just come in and tell you how to be successful. We help you execute and measure your sales and marketing efforts. Give us a call at 317-834-6560 or visit us online at jarbomarketing.com. That's jarbomarketing.com. Make social media work for you.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
Hi, I'm Daniel Elliott, Chairman of the Morgan County Republican Party. I'm excited that Hoosier Republicans and conservatives are eager to re-elect President Trump. But as you know, this ideological battle we're fighting runs all the way up and down the ballot. That's why I'm asking you to vote Republican from the very top of your ballot all the way down to the bottom of your ballot. Every election is important, and we must win as many of these elections as possible to ensure that we defend our liberties through constitutional limited government. If you love liberty and the Constitution, I'm asking you to join conservatives all across the Hoosier State and vote Republican all the way down the ballot. This ad is paid for by the Morgan County Republican Party.
The printing industry has changed a lot since we opened for business in 1931, but what our clients expect from us really hasn't changed. Quality print, fast turnaround, and competitive prices. We've learned a lot at Moeller Printing over 86 years and 3 generations. Why not put that experience to work for you? Call 317-353-2224 and mention discount code RADIO to receive 10% off your first order. Call Moeller Printing at 317-353-2224.
Business leaders, are your employees satisfied with their jobs? Do they enjoy coming to work and feel valued? Workforce Chaplains can help. Locally owned, we work with organizations to provide holistic care to their employees. I'm Marcus Schrader, President of Workforce Chaplains, and we offer your team a 24/7 support system that positively affects your company's culture and productivity. With our personalized pricing and diverse support system, we handle the issues that you wish you had time for. To learn more, visit us at workforcechaplains.com.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
Welcome back. So, bear with me here. So we are in the midst of what appears to be, again, a repeat of 2016. I mean, it's absolutely astonishing and remarkable. I want to play a little bit of this interview between Tucker Carlson and Tony Bobulinski. He's the one who is telling us about, I guess you could say, warning us about really what's going on and what Joe Biden knew about Hunter's business dealings in China. The media is ignoring this, just like they did, folks, just like they did with Hillary's email server back in 2016. Remember, WikiLeaks was leaking things. I remember at one point, somebody on CNN, it was either tough guy Chris Cuomo or Don Lemon, maybe it was both of them in one of those fascinating back and forth exchanges they do between their ridiculous programs. But anyway, talking back and forth, or someone makes the comment that if you even look at these leaked emails, you're violating federal law. You risk being prosecuted, going to jail, probably be cellmates with Donald J. Trump. Who knows? So that's what they were telling us back in 2016. Now we've got this story that they've largely ignored. Tony Bobulinski telling us about Joe Biden's involvement, awareness of, potential complicity in the whole Hunter Biden deal, which this absolutely matters. It is amazing to me how people who are intellectually dishonest can say this doesn't matter. What do you mean this doesn't matter? This absolutely matters. If the vice president of the United States was working with or colluding with his son to set up sweet business deals using his office to leverage this and to give some sorts of payback or special access or privileges or whatever it is to someone who has helped his son make massive amounts of money through a foreign business that he has no knowledge or expertise in, anything. If this happens, This absolutely unequivocally corrupts an administration. How does it not? How does it not? Now, you can say, well, there's no evidence of that. Okay. Then I would say, why don't we actually look at the evidence? Why doesn't anyone actually do reporting? See, Tucker Carlson is on this, and it is even uglier than we first thought. I'm going to have to wait till after the break to play this now because I'm getting fired up over here. But you think about this. You think about this, and again, it's a replay in many ways of 2016. But what amount of intellectual dishonesty must exist to say that this doesn't matter? Of course this matters. Maybe there's an answer for it. I don't know because no one wants to report on it. I don't think that there is based upon what I've seen. I don't think there is based upon how much they're hiding this from us. I was annoyed I'm not paying attention to her, but I don't know how much. I don't know how someone can look at this in all seriousness and say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the person I'm about to vote for president of the United States is actually selling access, giving access, special treatment and access to foreign companies, governments, whatever, so long as they give his son or someone in his family some sort of a business deal or part ownership or kickback or position on the board or whatever. How can you say that doesn't matter? That is intellectually dishonest. And that if that's really what someone thinks, folks, that is a corrupt individual themselves. Got to take a quick time out. You're listening here to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. Sit tight, folks, through this break. Studies have shown 98% of scientists agree that listening to this program can, in fact, cause you to lean to the right. Be back here in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing, and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick.
Dial the number, spell the words.
For on time.
Warren Homes is expanding their 55-plus community. Briar Creek is the only senior manufactured home community in Indianapolis featuring Indiana-built homes. Floor plans and finishes starting at $75,000. Enjoy affordable, low-maintenance lifestyle with the charm of a residential neighborhood. Located minutes from I-465 in Fort Harrison State Park. Corn Homes, family owned and operated since 1955. Check us out at COHRONhomes.com. Mention the Todd Huff Show and receive a $1,000 discount on your new home.
Anxiety, depression, relationship problems, past trauma. Problems rarely get better when given time. Care to Change counseling can help. Our professionals combined evidence-based care models with scripture to get you on the path to a productive life. We are here to help you make the changes you need for a healthier, happier you. Take that brave step today. Call Care to Change at 317-790-9396 or visit caretochange.org.
Are you one of the growing number of Hoosiers who are concerned about higher taxes, increased spending, and massive debt? So am I. I'm Donald Rainwater, the Libertarian candidate for governor of the state of Indiana. I believe that all Hoosier businesses provide the necessities of life to their owners and employees, and that all Hoosiers are essential. As your governor, I will safeguard your rights to life, liberty, property, and the pursuit of happiness as defined by you, not the government. To learn more, go to rainwaterforindiana.com. We need better government, not bigger government. My name's Donald Rainwater, and I approve this message. Paid for by Rainwater for Indiana.
We all know having health insurance doesn't always equal health care. That's why at Freedom HealthWorks, we believe the key to maintaining good health is based on a straightforward, personal relationship with your physician. With our direct doctor-patient relationship model, we remove your healthcare middleman and replace him with transparent pricing and incentive to call your doctor at the first sign of illness. So if you're ready to experience real care from a doctor that really cares about you, go to freedomhealthworks.com and learn more about the benefits of our direct primary care model. Freedom HealthWorks. Be treated better.
Why would you call a company called Commercial Service for your home heating, cooling, and plumbing? Same question I had, because they have provided over 70 years of quality service and trained products for both homes and businesses in Central Indiana. It's hard to stop Commercial Service, and it's hard to stop a train. Give them a call. I'm glad I did.
Call Commercial Service at 812-339-9114 or online at commercialservice.com. Commercial Service, commercial grade service for your home.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at Zuluscape.com.
Welcome back. And just like in 2016, the media has no interest in reporting any of the things that are important to the American people and to the voter. Zip, zero, zilch, nada, nothing. They have no interest in anything. No interest in anything whatsoever that has anything to do with Biden corruption, just like they had no interest whatsoever in talking about Hillary corruption in 2016. This is just a short snippet. Meant to play this earlier, but instead I got talking about 2016 and the excitement there and the similarities, and also a little bit about the contest that we are holding for those of you who want to spend potentially election night with us in the studio, which will be a blast. Anyway, I want you to hear this. This is just a tiny snippet of this Tucker Carlson interview with Tony Bobulinski. Just listen to this. This is just scratching the surface on what we've learned about Biden and the corruption there. Here you go.
The former vice president said,
bear with me, that did not. Let's re-cue that.
the former vice president has said he had no knowledge whatsoever of his son's business dealings and was not involved in them at all. But this sounds like direct involvement in them.
Yeah, that's a blatant lie. When he states that, that is a blatant lie. Obviously, the world's aware that I attended the debate last Thursday, and in that debate, he made a specific statement around questions around this from the president. And I'll be honest with you, I almost stood up and screamed liar and walked out because I was shocked that after 4 days or 5 days that they prepped for this, that the Biden family is taking that position to the world.
Now, I don't know why he would be shocked that after 4 or 5 days that they were going to come up with anything other than this guy, this Mr. Tony Bobulinski, is some sort of a Russian plant, a Russian hack, part of a disinformation campaign, former naval officer who is now basically working for Putin. I don't know why he would have thought anything but this. But again, this guy has personal meetings, experiences, text messages, going back and forth with the Bidens. It is implicating them in a lot of ways. A lot of ways. He's saying that Joe Biden, he's saying a lot about Joe Biden. These interviews are worth watching to understand the level of corruption and so forth we're dealing with. But again, media has no interest in this. They blow this off as though it's just, chalk that up to Russian disinformation. They've invested so much in this concept that a larger portion than I care to admit, of Americans not in agreement. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. This guy must be on Putin's payroll. Man, this runs deep. Insanity. It's true insanity going on here, but that's how they blow this off. And this guy says it's a blatant lie. The former vice president of the United States is lying to you when he says he knew nothing about Hunter's business dealings. Anyway, media doesn't care, but we should. Got to take a time out, come back and wrap up for the day. You're listening to Conservative Not Better Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $200 $300.
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freegee, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freegee, Freije, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freegee, owner and lead auctioneer at Freegee & Freegee Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life. Living the compassion of Christ.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Hi, this is Kenton with Christian Community Connect. We're a network of business professionals that are committed to living out our faith in the marketplace by preferring one another in love while serving everyone. With online listings at $27 per month, if you're a Christian in business, committed to treating others as you would want to be treated, we would love to include you. Check our reviews and sign up at ChristianCommunityConnect.com.
Our word can't be diluted because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
All right, folks, welcome back. It's about that time of day when you begin to get a little bit upset that we're running to the end of the program, but fear not. Fear not. We'll be back here in 23 hours. Not only that, we have encores on our website, toddhuffshow.com/listen. Also, you can sign up. You can sign up to enter for your chance to spend election night with us. That's going to be a lot of fun. With us, that means me, that means pedals, that means pause, that means bubbles at the Freedom 95 studios on election night. I'm really looking forward to that, especially if it's a potential another Trump victory this year. So anyway, thanks so much. ToddHuffShow.com/contest is that website. SDG, take care.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.
Ever wondered what shooting a real machine gun feels like? At Indy Trading Post, you can have an awesome and safe shooting experience in our family-friendly environment. Firing a weapon on full auto is something you will always remember. Schedule some range time today and let Indy Trading Post give you the real machine gun shooting experience. We guarantee you'll have a blast. Give us a call at 317-782-4867 or schedule your range time at fullautoindy.com.
Hi, I'm Daniel Elliott, chairman of the Morgan County Republican Party. I'm excited that Hoosier Republicans and conservatives are eager to re-elect President Trump. But as you know, this ideological battle we're fighting runs all the way up and down the ballot. That's why I'm asking you to vote Republican from the very top of your ballot all the way down to the bottom of your ballot. Every election is important, and we must win as many of these elections as possible to ensure that we defend our liberties through constitutional limited government. We need your vote down the ballot for conservatives like Indiana Senator Rod Bray from District 37 and Morgan County Coroner Mike Ellis. If you love liberty and the Constitution, I'm asking you to join conservatives all across the Hoosier State and vote Republican all the way down the ballot. This ad is paid for by the Morgan County Republican Party.